Yo guys, welcome back to another video. We're back. UFC just dropped some new fight announcements. I'm gonna go over them for the Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfima rest of card. And I want to talk about these because this card is looking absolutely insane for a fight night card, especially what the fight night cards have been recently. Like the last two ones, like Moicano and Duncan and Mike Malott and Gilbert Burns, they ended up being pretty good cards, but they just didn't really have much value in terms of like name value and like movement in the divisions. So but this one is gonna have a lot of movement in the divisions, man. This is just crazy. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with all the way at the bottom in the first one. Oh yeah, I have like a bit of a different setup today. I got the new mic and just testing it out. Testing out a new setup with OBS, so just testing it out. Ziam versus Nolan. It's a good matchup, but again, you would want to see Ziam get a ranked opponent. But Nolan is a very good guy as well. He's on the come up. He's a guy that's just outside the top 15. I can't remember who he last fought, but he's on a winning streak at the moment. Lost in his debut to Nicholas Mota, and a lot of people wrote him off after that. But he's still very early in his UFC career. Has a lot of potential, and I like the matchup. It's a good fight, but also at the same time, you're kind of risking killing off another prospect, because if Ziam loses, then it's tough to see. And with Nolan, he's has another loss, but yeah, I like the matchup, but you would expect to see Ziam and then fighting a guy who's ranked higher. Like he fought Matt Frivola, and then he might have had another fight after that too, but I just can't remember what it was. But it was he's been putting on pretty good performances recently as well, so it's a good matchup. I think Ziam should have probably got someone that was higher ranked, but it's a good opportunity for Tom Nolan as well, you know, because Ziam is still ranked only number 15, so yeah, it should be good, that one. So again, that's a great fight for a fight night card. A really good fight. Jordan Leavitt versus Joanderson Brito. Again, it's another good fight. Jordan Leavitt's a pretty well-known name in the UFC community. Joanderson Brito has fought a lot of good guys. I can't remember. Not one comes to mind in terms of Joanderson Brito. I'm kind of blanking on who he's fought. Can't really remember, but I know that he's fought some good guys. And Jordan Leavitt has fought some good guys as well. So again, it's a good little matchup for a fight night. Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. Bro, Chairez is one of, like, again, I'm Mexican, so I am a bit biased, but I love Chairez, man. I love him. He's always in a good fight, and fought Tatsuro Titan in his debut, and he gave him a pretty good fight. Fought Joshua Van, and it was a crazy fight at Sphere on Noche UFC, but he gave problems to both of them, and now they're both fighting for the title in a few weeks. So, and even then, he's good. He has good boxing, and he'll pull off a submission from time to time. And he's just outside the top 15, and they're giving him Bruno Silva, which is I really like this matchup. I think it's good. Bruno Silva is a guy who's just come up short against the best in the world. Fought Manel Cobb, came up short. Fought Joshua Van, came up short. Recently fought Charles Johnson, but it was a close, I guess you could say, it was a competitive fight. I would say it's a competitive fight. I wouldn't say it's close. I thought at the end of that fight, Charles Johnson, he did enough to win the fight. So, but yeah, he's come up short against these guys, and I think it's a good matchup. I think it's a really good matchup. But this fight is one that I really look forward to, because it's Chairez's first opportunity to break into that top 15, which I think he deserves to be, even though the flyweight division is pretty relatively deep. So, especially at the top, there's a lot of good guys. But yeah, really good matchup. I really like it. Marcus McGhee versus Jakub Wiklacz. Pretty big step up in competition for Wiklacz, because Marcus McGhee him getting the opportunity to fight against Petr Yan, I think, just speaks a lot, and it says a lot, because you don't give that opportunity to anybody, like, you know. And Marcus McGhee went to a decision with Petr Yan, but clearly lost the fight. And Petr Yan's not known as a guy who gets like finishes or knockouts, anything. His last finish was probably against Jose Aldo, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And before that, it was against Uriah Faber. So, but yeah, Marcus McGhee is he's a very good guy. Fights at a good pace, and Wiklacz he had a close fight versus Patchy Mix, and after that fought against, again, I'm blanking on who he fought. I can't remember, but he fought someone. He's on a 2-fight win streak, but they were both like pretty decently close fights. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna see who Wiklacz fought really quick. Gafurov by submission, guillotine, round 3. Okay, I forgot he got a submission, and I guess that's a good win. But even if Gafurov hasn't really fought anyone at the top of the bantamweight division, so. But again, I don't mind the fight. There's some decent name value if you really watch the UFC, but it's not a bad matchup. But I do think McGhee is a bit better. But this is a good opportunity for Wiklacz to prove how good he actually is and where he can actually go. Because again, he does have a lot of hype still, but he just hasn't shown it fully, you know. And he does seem like he gasses quite a bit in those fights, but he still fights through fatigue. And like I said, McGhee keeps a pretty high pace, so he's a good fighter. I like the matchup. It's good. Imanol Rodriguez versus Matt Schnell, bro. Bro, this is a good fight too. And I think Imanol will win. I do. If you guys do not know Imanol Rodriguez, you guys are going to find out very soon. This guy is, for me, is the best flyweight prospect right now. Like, I saw him, the first time I saw him was on the Ultimate Fighter season with DC and Chairez. And this guy just looks just like his boxing is phenomenal. Again, his ground game during the Ultimate Fighter wasn't the best, but recently he's been training with DC even outside of the show and their team, and he's looked like he's evolving and gotten a lot better. But he beat Kevin Borjas by knockout, which is very impressive, bro. Like, Kevin Borjas gave a lot of guys a lot of problems. Beat Ronaldo Rodriguez, even fought Joshua Van, and he went to a decision with Joshua Van, if I'm not mistaken. So it's an impressive thing to do. A very good last win from Imanol, and that was his UFC debut in Mexico. So a really good win. And like I said, I'm very high on him. I truly believe that he could get to the top of the flyweight division, and he's gonna be a problem for a lot of guys. Like I said, getting better on the ground and to keep it on the feet. And even when he's on the ground, he's like I said, he's been evolving. And just his boxing is so crisp on the feet, dude. Really, really crisp on the feet. And I think he's gonna beat Matt Schnell. I do. Matt Schnell is a guy he's very experienced, but he's just always kind of been at below the top 10 in the flyweight division for a long time. And I'm not trying to be like that, but that's just where he's been always. And when fought against the better guys in the division, has come up short, like I said. So, and I think Imanol can get there. I'm really high on him. I'm telling you, this guy is the best flyweight prospect right now. Look out for him. He's very good. Bryce Mitchell versus Victor Henry. We were talking about Victor Henry, like, literally with the last fight card, because I was talking about him because he had just fought Charles Jourdain. And bro, he's not a bad guy at all. He's a very good fighter. Underrated, honestly. Yeah, he's good. He's a good striker, decent on the ground as well. But Bryce Mitchell is obviously the hardest fight he's gonna have to date. And we know Bryce Mitchell is good good on the ground, getting to the ground and looking for submissions. Even on the feet, has decent kicks as well. But it's not a bad matchup. I'm pretty sure Bryce is he's going down to bantamweight. Wait, Bryce has already had one fight at bantamweight, no? He's had one fight at bantamweight already, I believe. Saeed Nurmagomedov is who he fought, and he won by unanimous decision. I don't really remember that fight, which is kind of weird. I don't know why I don't really remember that fight. But yeah, that was his first fight since moving down to 135. Now this will be his second. I honestly can't even really remember what he looked like at 135. I genuinely can't remember, but he beat Saeed Nurmagomedov, so it's a pretty good win. I don't mind the matchup though. Still relatively new to the bantamweight division, so I don't mind it. And Victor Henry as well, like, again, is another guy who's like probably just outside the top 15 there. So don't mind it at all. These two are in the mix. I mean, maybe some people think Bryce Mitchell could go farther in the bantamweight division, but these two and even Jourdain and Phillips, who fought last week, they're like just outside the top 15. So yeah, it's a good matchup. Victor Henry's a very good fighter. It's a good matchup. Maybe you want to see someone else because it's Bryce Mitchell who has a bigger name value, but I don't mind the matchup. It's a good matchup. Ivo Baraniewski versus Billy Elekana. Maybe you want to see a step up in real step up in competition for Baraniewski, because he's just destroying everyone at the moment. And even after beating Ibo Aslan and Austin Lane by knockout, just has insane power in his hands. He's a grappling guy. Like, he is good on the ground. That's what his specialty is, and he's just knocking everybody out. So just the hype is there, and maybe you want to see him in a ranked fight. But Billy Elekana is decent as well. He fought on short notice. He fought Bogdan Guskov, and he gave him honestly a pretty good fight from what I remember. It's not a horrible fight. I just think maybe you can make Baraniewski fight someone that is ranked. That's really it, to be honest. But yeah, it's Elekana. He actually has a few more wins than what I remember. He lost to Guskov in his debut on short notice, and he beat Ibo Aslan by decision. Then Kevin Christian by rear naked choke. Then Junior Tafa by submission. They both hold a win over Ibo Aslan, but the other two wins aren't the best wins. And I do think Ibo Baraniewski will win. I don't mind it. It's a slight level level above of what he's fought before. But again, you'd want to see a ranked opponent because I think he can be there, especially in that light heavyweight division. So yeah, I think Baraniewski will win. But again, I don't mind the matchup. There's some decent hype around him, so it's good. Last one, Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shahbazyan. This is the one matchup where I kind of don't really understand at all. Like, I don't think Shahbazyan is gonna be Brendan Allen. Sorry, mate. Yeah, he's not gonna beat Brendan Allen. I really doubt it. Again, I need to break it down, but I don't think he's gonna beat Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen has fought and beat Rainier de Ritter, and he beat Marvin Vettori. And he's fought a lot of good guys in that middleweight division. He's been in that division forever. And he's a very good fighter in that middleweight division. Very good. Always been in around that top 10. And Shahbazyan is a guy who at the start of his UFC career had really looked at as having a lot of potential, had a lot of hype, was undefeated, then ran into Derek Brunson, and then after that had a few more losses as well, like the one to Imavov and other guys. Gerald Mishra pulled off a comeback win on him, like back in 2022, 2023, around there or something. Might have been 2024, I'm not sure, but either way, has fought some guys that he really should have beat and he lost. So again, I think Brendan Allen will win this fight. But and Shahbazyan, it's not like Shahbazyan had hype for a reason. Like, he has good boxing. It's just when it's gone to the ground a lot of times, he's been outmatched. But he has looked better recently. He did look better, I remember, in his most recent fight. Fought Andre Muniz and Andre Petrosky in his last 2 fights. Is on a 3-fight win streak. Beat Dylan Budka by first round knockout. Before that, he's coming off a knockout win to Andre Muniz. Because like I said, he's fought a lot of good guys, but he's come up short against these guys. Like, first loss was to Derek Brunson, then lost to Hermanson Imavov, then Anthony Hernandez, and he lost to Mearshart by submission. Was his most recent loss before this 3-fight win streak that he's on. But again, he has looked better recently, and I believe he's now training at Extreme Couture, I believe, in Vegas with Eric Nixick. But I don't mind the matchup, but no, I don't think. Like, I just don't think Shahbazyan is going to be Brendan Allen. I was about to call him Arnold again. I just think he'll beat him. I just think he's better. He's been at the top of that middleweight division for a longer time. Shahbazyan has never been in the top 10. Like, I think the most... I don't know. I can't remember what he was ranked when he fought Brunson, and I think they were ranked, but I don't remember what it was specifically. But I don't think he's ever been in the top 10 or anything. He might have just been in the top 10 when he fought Derek Brunson, but other than that, he hasn't been there. I guess there is that thing because he lost to like Imavov and Brunson at the time was Blonde Brunson, bro. If you know, was tough to beat at the time. Again, they're not bad losses, but the one to Mearshart is one that he really shouldn't have lost. Like, he was winning that fight up until that point as well, that he got submitted. Yeah, I just think Brendan Allen will win. But again, it's an interesting matchup because again, you never know what can happen in a fight as well. But there's some good name value there. But it's just like it's a great card, but like, for what reason is this in the Apex? Like, this card would go absolutely insane if it was in an arena anywhere. Like, you could go anywhere and put this in an arena and it will sell out. Like, they're selling out with cards like the one we had last week in Malott and Burns. Because it's the UFC, bro. The UFC will sell out wherever they go. There's so many cities they have never been to and they can go to and sell out. I just don't understand it. It's very weird. Like, I don't know, man. Especially, you're putting like guys like Baraniewski who are insane to watch fight, and guys like Bryce Mitchell who are pretty big superstars, pretty big stars. Rodriguez, who's on the come up. I just don't understand it. I don't know why. What is it? What is it with this card? Especially, it's being headlined by Bilal Muhammad and Bonfim, which is a fight that I said before is not one that I expected would ever happen as soon as we're getting it. But also wanted to talk about, like, that's a good card, a great card I'm looking forward to. But I also wanted to talk about Corey Sandhagen and versus Mario Bautista announced. And very good fight. It's a banger of a fight. I love it. But again, there's that behind in the back of the head, like, you're missing the opportunity to make Corey Sandhagen and Sean O'Malley. I know it's already passed, but yeah, it's if we never see that fight, it's gonna suck. But I don't mind this matchup at all. Like, if you're not gonna make that fight, this is the fight that you make with Corey Sandhagen and Mario Bautista, because they obviously have fought before. This is gonna be their rematch, and Mario Bautista has completely evolved since then. And I think even then, it wasn't an easy fight for Corey Sandhagen either. I can't really remember what happened. It's been a long time since I've seen that fight. I just know Corey Sandhagen won. I love the matchup. And it's supposed to be for International Fight Week in Vegas, which is the rumored card with Conor McGregor and Max Holloway maybe. Might make a video on that soon. And even Benoit Saint-Denis and Paddy Pimblett. I mean, Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison might be on that card too. Again, that card is looking like it's starting to get pretty crazy. And I love the matchup. And it's going to be a tough fight for Corey, bro. Mario Bautista, to me, is the most underrated guy in that division right now. He would cause so many people a lot of problems. And he has. He caused Umar crazy amount of problems. If you want to get to that title, he's a guy that you need to beat. I think he will at some point challenge for a title. It's going to be hard, but I think he could. He definitely could. I think he's that good. Like, the performance with Umar, even though he lost, gave him a lot of problems. His last fight with Vinicius Oliveira showed levels. I thought he would win that fight, but he showed levels. Like, he just looked just fantastic everywhere the fight goes. Just really good everywhere. Really well-rounded, dangerous everywhere. And people just hate him. I don't know, like that's why he's not hyped, I guess, is because people just hate him. But you can't deny that the fact the guy's good. Like, you just can't. Like, the hate came from the Jose Aldo fight and that he robbed him and whatever. But, dude, I don't understand. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, Mario Bautista is just a great fighter. He's so good, man. He's underrated, like I'm saying. I'm a part of the Mario Bautista hype train, but I'm also, like, I love Sean O'Malley and I love Corey Sandhagen. So, again, like I said, it's going to suck if that does come to be a missed opportunity to make that fight right now. But if you don't make that Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen fight, this is the perfect matchup to make. So, but yeah, man, that was all I wanted to talk about. These are really good cards. This is a good fight. And even that Bonfim and Bilal card is starting to look really nice. A lot of good guys on that card. Don't know why we keep making those cards for the Apex, but yeah, man, really good card, really good fight night card. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.